Good afternoon. It's May 24th, 2016. It's Tuesday. And I am going to show you, viewers, my automatic irrigation system in my backyard, and that runs out to the desert. So, let's go this way. So last week, I think it was Monday, I started digging a trench. And the trench starts here, and the line running from the faucet. So this is the timer. It's a dig brand, and that's where I set it up. But that's the timer. This is the pressure valve, which reduces the pressure coming out of there. And then let's see, this is the filter, the water filter. This is the, actually no, I'm sorry, this is the backflow device so that the water in the irrigation tubes don't go back into that faucet. This is the pressure regulator here. And then here's the half-inch tube that runs into the ground, into the trench that I made. And the trench is all fine dirt. I removed all the big rocks, and yeah, it's really moist because I watered the ground after I put the dirt back into the trench. So it's pretty wide. It's like, what is that? I'd say easily 14 inches wide. My shoes are 12 inches. It's probably like almost 2 feet wide. But anyways, it runs the length of the backyard. So it goes that way, past that tree, and you can see the 1/4-inch hose coming out. Then it goes to that tree. Then it hops over the wall into the desert, which I'll show in a second. But the half-inch tube goes that way, feeds that tree, and then it feeds that ash tree, which is my first tree planted in my backyard. So here's a 1/4-inch tube right here. The 1/4-inch tube, which is connected to the half-inch tube, which is below the sand. And then there is the sprinkler. And when I turn that on, it emits roughly 5 to 10 gallons per hour. And it feeds this tree, which is my second ash. And it's growing very nicely. I planted it in February, and it took about 2 months for it to start sprouting leaves. Okay, so the trench goes down further. And then there's another 1/4-inch tube that feeds that kumquat tree. There is a T, like a T bracket, and it goes that way. And then the tube goes and hops over the wall. And the reason that it goes over the wall is because I have 9 trees behind the house. So I got one there, and one there. And the tube feeds those trees. It feeds that trench, all the bushes in the trench. Got a cactus there. I got a aloe vera there. And if you notice, you can see the tube goes all the way to the end of the trench. And then there's the elbow, 90-degree turn, and the tube feeds those other trees over there. I got a China berry right there, and I got another ash over there. So you see the tube? And then the tube also runs this way, because I have a tree behind that creosote bush. I have a tree right there, and I have a tree over there. And there's a palo vera, or palo verde, and I got a tree. You can see the 2 trees right over there, 1 and 2. So yeah, so I had to hop the wall to get the irrigation lines on the other side into the desert back there. And then back into my yard. This is where the irrigation line stops in my yard. This is the stopper. If I want to add irrigation line later, I would just remove this end piece and add line into that. Create a 90-degree or by an elbow and have hose go that way down into that alleyway right next to the patio. So there is the hose, and then there's the sprinkler. See the sprinkler? So it's Tuesday, May 24th. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to connect a 1/4-inch hose this way, and the 1/4-inch hose is going to be connected to a sprinkler, which is going to have a reach of 9 feet in diameter, and it will feed all these plants and bushes and trees. I actually have a mesquite. I have a strawberry plant here. This is strawberry. And then this is a pumpkin tree. And then I have cilantro in here. You see right here where my finger is, cilantro. And I have another one over there which is a little bit bigger. And there's another cilantro. Let me see. There's a cilantro right there. And I have a tomato plant right there. Tomato plant. And those are some trees from Obregon, Ciudad Obregon, Mexico. Baby trees. And then this is the mesquite, which is actually a branch cut off my mesquite in the front yard. And I added root stuff like powder to the end. I dug it into some fertilizer, and I'm hoping that this branch will turn into a tree. So anyways, the irrigation runs from the faucet under the ground in the trench, goes that way, makes a turn this way, and it also goes over the wall and feeds the trees out there. I also have bushes and cactus, if you remember seeing that earlier in the video. And then what else? And then I have to dig a trench this way also to dig that, or to bury that hose into the ground. And then here's where I stopped filling in the trench, right here. And then here's an elbow. Which I use a lot of these elbows on the other side out there. And what else? Let's see, we have a couple more minutes. It's 8 minutes into the video. Let's go to the front yard. And this video is primarily for my father, who I'm visiting in Japan next week. Here, really quickly, there's our patio and our new patio furniture. There's the backyard, the work in progress. And up there's actually an eagle's nest. Right there at the tip of my finger is the eagle's nest right there. So anyways, let's go to the front yard really quickly so you can see what my front yard looks like. And these bushes were planted by the company KB Homes. This one's growing nicely. We have a bush here, of course. Another bush. Another bush. And the KB Homes irrigation guys, they actually added automatic irrigation lines. So there are irrigation lines feeding these trees, I think every morning. And then this is the mesquite tree, and from here I cut a branch off, and I remember I put it into a pot so that the branch could turn into a tree, hopefully. And you can see where I cut it right here, where my finger is right there. You can see the end of it. So these are lantanas. My neighbor also has lantanas, but he has the purple kind right there, the purple kind. And then here's our neighborhood. There's a little cul-de-sac. There are new homes being built over there. Behind those houses, there's a road that goes that way. There's houses being built there. And then there are the model homes over there. There's a new 2-story house being built over there. 4 houses down. And then these are trees on my right side of the house. We got this bad boy, which I recently dug around the dirt, added fertilizer in there, and added some like microbes so that the tree grows better. The microbes feed the roots under the ground. So after I added the fertilizer, I added mulch, which is basically just cut up dry weeds. Under the dry weeds is wet, very wet dirt. And this mulch here is for the hot days when when it's like 115 degrees. The water that's in the dirt under the mulch will not evaporate so easily. That's why I do that. So you'll notice that under this desert willow is some more mulch, and I added some like fertilizer under the mulch about a month ago. And you can see 2 branches here coming up from the ground, and I actually cut this guy so it grows more like a tree, more like a tree than a bush. So right now this guy is probably like 9 feet tall, and it's probably the tallest desert willow in the neighborhood, because I actually manually water it every other day, every 2 days, aside from the automatic irrigation. I manually water it. There's another type of that tree. I don't know what that one's called. And then there's another lantana. Then there's like the internet box right there. And I cut this every 2 weeks. I cut it into a nice circle so that it grows up more than out. And it's growing very nicely. It's a beautiful color. The leaves are a little bit like rough, but I like it. And it smells nice too. So yeah, that's our front yard. And then on the side of our house we have the automatic irrigation timer by Hunter. And then we have just our box here, electrical box. And then I'm gonna soon put rock over the dirt here, so you can't notice that I dug this area up. And this guy right here should grow to about 4 feet. It's a nice looking plant. See, that's our front yard. And then here's Fabi's plants. These are actually 4 different types of plants. We have this red one. We have this yellow one, which isn't doing too well. We have the purple one, another red one, and a white one right there, the white one. And these actually smell really delicious. And they're doing really well. They feel nice, soft. And then there's a bougainvillea right there, our neighbor's bougainvillea. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video of the automatic irrigation line that I installed last week. And it's pretty much set up. It actually turned on. It turned on this morning automatically at 5 o'clock. I was inside the master bedroom right here, and I heard the water turn on automatically, which is super duper cool. And yeah, I did a pretty good job at it. It leaks a little bit here, but I can't fix the leak because it's actually leaking from here and not here in the joints. I did buy some Teflon tape, but I can't take that apart. So what I'm going to do is just let it leak, and I have it turned off right now. When I get home later on today, like at night before I go to bed, I'll turn on this valve right here so that in the morning it automatically turns on. And we're going to lose a couple gallons of water overnight, but you know, it's not, a couple gallons of water isn't too expensive. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of our backyard. And this is Brian Mello. Peace out.